Hi everyone, this is a leadership presentation by Tech Sergeant Joseph L. Harris from Flight 10. First, we addressed the project discrepancy at hand. About a year ago, we had an E-3 aircraft call to inform that it had an engine fire in flight and they were going to have to IFE, or otherwise known as in-flight emergency land. The nearest airfield was in Lincoln, Nebraska at the time because the fire would not go out with procedures performed by the flight crew. Upon investigation, it was found that a harness had chafed through an oil-wetted component. When an oil component ruptured, sparks from the harness caught fire, causing catastrophic engine damage. Upon doing a one-time inspection, otherwise known as an OTI, on the entire AWACS E3 fleet, we noticed that this was not a localized issue, and we identified over 100 defects across the fleet, which required extensive remedies. The impact of this project. The impact of this project was to ensure that the safety of flight crew personnel as well as the aircraft. Leaders wanted to take a short-term fix approach to ensure aircraft availability, which as subject matter experts we disagreed with, so we grounded 80% of the fleet over a weekend and crushed out the workload. We didn't want to have to ground the entire fleet at the cost of the mission, so we implemented a need-risk assessment for each aircraft to ensure their fix was completed in a timely manner, but also so that we could support the HHQ, POTUS, and training sorties. As leaders in our fields, we wanted to implement our values of integrity, principles of excellence, and ensure not only the awareness of the issue, but something that we all need to show each other and be more aware of for future inspections and maintenance practices. Next, we look at the application of leadership and management skills. Utilizing the diagnosis, adapting, and communicating method, otherwise known as DAC, we were able to quickly get a clear understanding of what it was going to take to make this happen. We had the investigation results, we had already inspected our own aircraft, and we found the discrepancies and produced solutions and fixes. The biggest obstacle was how to accomplish the fixes in a timely manner. Our group commander did not want to ground the fleet, but as subject matter experts, I personally went in front of him at the wing and told him that we were not comfortable letting these aircraft fly without performing the corrective maintenance actions first. We were trying to lead by example. Because of our technical expertise, our decision-making skills, and our communication skills, we were able to convince our group and wing level leadership to allow us to take the lead on how we would fix, schedule the fixes, and which aircraft we would accomplish as it pertained to the mission, i.e. to establishing the goals and setting the alternatives. Our leadership could have utilized their positional power not only in a coercive or legitimate way, but they chose to have personal power come into play and trust their technical experts. Our group leaders came out on the weekend with overalls and gloves to assist with the fixes, because they wanted to show their subordinates that they care and they're willing to learn and understand how things work. They were willing to listen to the how so that they were better to explain the why. They were also there to assist us in receiving more assets as it pertained to parts for our specific component fixes, which is all part of allocating resources. Utilization of team performance concepts. Contribution by creators to ensure we came up with safe and reliable processes to fix the defects. Advancers, such as other staff sergeants in the shop, pushed it forward thinking of multiple avenues and methods. As the refiner role, we picked apart and logically thought about the risk factors, and then we put an execution maintenance team together and cranked it all out. As we can see that the Z method and PEP, otherwise known as the panic, elation, panic method, were utilized multiple steps throughout this process. When it came down to it, we went with what was the safest. We didn't mind the timetable if the maintenance was done correctly and effectively. Looking back at the team performance before, during, and after the whole project, we could see that we had a few bumps in the road from time to time, but overall everyone knew there was a common goal and mission to be accomplished with the resources available to us. Everyone worked together and communicated efficiently to ensure that this was a success. Positive feedback and recognition were provided. Management of team diversity. This project took a lot of time, dedication, effort from many individuals of different AFFCs, work ethics, backgrounds, and cultures. We were able to show that multiple subcultures can come together cohesively to achieve a common goal together. Everyone was able to showcase their strengths and build on their weaknesses during this pivotal project. This was shown as we designed the teams with project team leaders that were able to ensure their technical skills were showcased in every team aspect. We even had a senior airman doing major inspections that normally require a 7 level just because they have more attention to detail. The diversity of the team being comprised of 2 different squadrons, 7 work centers, and with the assistance of depot level civilians, was really able to showcase the group, wing, and MAGCOM level that we were at the top of the line in every aspect, and that we worked well with all sectors and work centers across the base and region. Teams with multiple ideas, backgrounds, experience, and technical levels grow off each other and help balance each other out. It is crucial that all people learn to help each other and grow from each other and come together to ensure that we continue to be the world's best Air Force. Impact of project management concepts. This was a specific project that was sponsored by leadership and designated me as the project manager. I then designated my NCOs as the team leaders, and they were able to gather project teams to accomplish the task. We were all stakeholders in this project, but production supervisors did a great job of being the steering committee. We utilized the project management triangle as we narrowed the scope, took adequate time and resources at a very limited cost to the Air Force to accomplish the task at hand. When looking at the overall goal of the project, we were able to implement the SMART goal concept, otherwise seen as the specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based, to meet the expectations of our sponsors. We knew there would be necessary risks, but we also wanted to be able to monitor the outcomes over time and be able to give performance criteria, feedback, and show the quality of our work over time. This entire project was a success. The complete outcome of the situation. Fortunately, we crushed the deadline of the fixes, and we had to work around the clock for 3 or 4 days straight, including the weekend. We were recognized for our efforts, though. My NCOs and I ensured that the key players and all others involved were put up for awards. We were able to secure 4 Air Force Achievement Medals, 2 Air Force Commendation Medals, 1 Airman of the Quarter Award, 1 NCO of the Quarter Award, 1 Wing Safety Award, 1 Group Safety Award, and 1 Airman of the Year Award out of this entire situation just from our jet shop alone. Also, it has done wonders for the long-term effects because we have had no chafing or generator issues nearly as much as we did before the fixes were identified. Because of the extent of the project we had, we were able to cross-train a lot of other AFFCs on our engine components and theories. This helped us really seeing what individuals were doing to educate each other and to know their strengths and weaknesses. But it also helped our squadron come together as a whole and build morale and understanding of each other. A major outcome was the fact that we as leaders found out who the other natural leaders were and what they were capable of and how to have confidence in them for them to be able to take the reins on major work aspects, as well as ensuring that the project was accomplished safely and in a timely manner. Hi everybody, this is the overview and summarization of this entire leadership project. To bring it all together, we had the major catastrophic engine damage from the fire that we had last year. It was very eye-opening for us as maintainers and inspectors on this engine and this aircraft. We never really had anything like that before, and it was kind of, the extent of it was very, very, very big. It brought on a lot of changes for us, but it's changes that were necessary and open, and as leaders we have to be able to be adaptable, and we have to be effective, and we have to showcase those abilities to our subordinates and others. I think the biggest aspect was that we used the diagnosing, adapting, and communicating method very well in this. I think we also used our personal skills and positional power skills to showcase different portions of what we actually accomplished here. I think our personal skills were showcases, the leadership trusted us to get the job done no matter what. And we were able to actually utilize all the resources available to us, allocating certain manpower and just kind of channeling everything up as we needed to. The biggest thing was communication, and we can see that it worked very well through the success of it. I think that looking at the total picture, we will see how the effects of this come around. But as for now, it's doing great, and I'm really proud of our guys for doing it and the recognition that we got.